to.
You don't want to tell them about yourself?
Yeah, I don't want to.
What's your favorite game?
Uh,
You don't know what your favorite game is?
I think it's Terraria. Yeah.
A Terraria? What do
Yeah.
you do in Terraria?
I just started.
You just started Terraria?
Mhm.
Can you describe the game for someone who has never played Terraria? What's that like?
It's kind of hard. Yeah, like really hard.
It's really hard. Okay, so it's a game that's really hard.
Mhm.
What else do you do in it?
Uh, Try to find resources and stuff.
So is it like Minecraft?
Yeah, kind of,
Kind of like Minecraft?
but better.
But better. Better than Minecraft?
Mhm.
Really? How is it better?
I just think the 2D aspect of it is better. I like
You
it.
like the 2D aspect?
Mhm. Not
Cool,
as hard.
cool.
Not as hard as Minecraft.
Awesome. You ready to play some Magic?
Yeah.
I'm ready to play some Magic. Let's get into some Magic. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump into the draft queue here. So what we're looking for, what we really, really want is power. Lots and lots of power. Do you know what power means?
How strong a card is or a
It
monster?
is. It is. So it is. It does refer to how strong a card is. But there's. Hey, good morning, Powers fan. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. So what we're looking for is what's called part of the Power Nine, which is some of the most powerful cards in Magic. Unfortunately, we didn't open any of them in this pack. So let's see what we've got here. We've got some interesting picks depending on what you want to go for. So we have Stoneforge Mystic, which is a pretty decent pick. It's a little slow, but it goes and grabs an equipment card from your deck and puts it in your hand. So it replaces itself, which is usually a pretty powerful effect, and a lot of the equipment's very very good. But I don't know, what card do you like?
Uh, uh, I think the dragon. Yeah.
You like the dragon?
Mhm.
You like this guy right here?
Yeah.
Why do you like the dragon?
It's cool.
He looks cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's always a good way to pick cards, right? Is whether or not they look cool. That's fair. That's fair. Out of this, I would probably have gone with Teferi, maybe Ulamog, but let's go ahead and go with Goldspan Dragon. Okay, so now we have a red card. Now, when you're building a deck, you
You
generally
need
want to
land.
stick with one color. We don't necessarily need land at this point,
Okay.
but we do want to try to stick to one color if possible. So, based on that, what card do you think we should pick here?
Firebolt.
Firebolt. Okay, so we have two red cards. We have Monastery Swiftspear and Firebolt. Why do you think we should pick Firebolt?
It deals double damage to enemies.
It deals 2 damage.
2 damage. Yeah.
2 damage to enemies, which, burn is not bad. Um, with this start, I probably would have gone with the Swiss Spear, to be honest with
Okay.
you, because it's haste and a one drop, and one drops are usually pretty good. But we're gonna go with your pick. Let's go Firebolt. Okay, so now we've got a bit of a choice here. We can continue to take the red cards, which there's Avalanche Rider, which is honestly not the best card by itself. It can be powerful, but it needs very specific scenario to be a good card. We can go black and get this Croxa here, which
I
is.
kind of like that one.
You kind of like that one? Why do you like that one?
It's got a good name.
It's got a good name. Fair. Then we could also go with the Plateau and possibly dip into white. But you like Croxa? All right, that's fair. There's also Retrofitter Foundry, which is a broken card, but we're gonna go ahead and go with the Cruxa. All right, what do you think you should pick here?
So we're sticking to red, right?
Yeah, we're gonna try to stick with the red as much as possible.
I think the Fury.
You think the Fury?
Mhm.
The Fury's pretty good. All right, let's pick up the Fury. What's your favorite artwork so far?
I think it's the Firebolt.
You like the Firebolt?
Mhm.
Cool. I like that too. That's pretty sweet. I kind of like. I don't know. I like Cruxa. Like, look at that thing in his chest. I think that's a mouth. How scary is that?
Hmm.
Reminds me of something out of Bloodborne. You've seen me play
Yeah,
Bloodborne,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
I hate the bosses in there. They're creepy.
Yeah, they're very, very creepy. Very creepy. Okay. So you got two red cards here.
Mm. What's Imperial Seal?
Imperial Seal. It's a black card, so what it does is it searches your library for a particular card and then puts it on top of your deck, so you'll draw it next turn.
Okay.
Then you have Abbot of Carol Keep, which is a good creature, a good 2-drop, and then you have Unholy Heat, which deals damage to creatures.
I feel like we should do Unholy Heat.
You feel like we should do Unholy Heat? Why do you think we should do Unholy Heat?
Mm. Sounds like it has a good name.
It sounds like it has a good name. All right, we're grabbing Unholy Heat. So we have two more red cards here. So we have Hazret the Fervent or Poetic Ritual.
What is Hazard the Fur do?
Hazret the Fervent is indestructible. It's 4 mana indestructible haste. It can only attack or block if you have one or fewer cards in hand.
I feel like we should go with the instant one.
And then this one just adds some mana to your deck.
I feel like we should go to the one that adds mana.
You want to go with the one that adds mana?
Mm-hmm.
You sure you don't want this?
Fine, I'll go get the.
So regret. This is fine. Everything's fine. We're all doing fine. How are you? Okay, so we have Pia and Kiran Nalar. So it's 4 mana. It's a 2/2, but when it pops out, it produces 2 1/1 colorless Thopter tokens.
Sounds good.
Which are flyers. They're artifact flyers. And then you have Fire Blast, which is an instant for 6 mana. You can deal 4 damage to any target, but it also has an alternative cost. So instead of paying that 6 mana, you can also sacrifice 2 mountains to deal 4 damage to any target. Better pick.
I feel like we should go with this one.
You go with this one? All right, let's go.
Goblin Welder.
Goblin Welder?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to go do
That
this.
sounds like
No real cards here. What do you want to do?
maybe that one right there.
Okay. So we're going to put this over here. Swiss Spear came back. You want to pick that?
Yeah.
Okay. Avalanche Riders or Retrofitter Foundry? Now this is
Foundry.
Retrofitter Foundry. Why do you want to pick that?
It just looks cool.
It looks cool.
All the robots in it. Yeah.
All the robots. Okay. That's a fair estimate. So we have Lightning Helix, which deals 3 damage. Lion Sash, which is a 1/1, which exiles things from a graveyard, and then Iona and a couple of other cards.
I feel like we should do the
Reserve
Lightning
this
Ash.
one. Okay. When you get to the last couple of picks, it goes very, very quick. So I'm just gonna grab a bunch of things. Oh my goodness.
Do we have any lands?
You actually get lands.
Okay.
So you don't, at least for a red deck, you don't necessarily need to spend too many picks on lands if you're going a straight red deck. That's the benefit of going a mono color deck. Okay, so we opened a piece of power. Can you guess what the piece of power is?
That one?
What's that one?
Can't see that.
This one here?
Yeah.
That is Luris of the Dream Den, which is a very, very good card, but no, that's actually not a piece of power. The piece of power is Mox Ruby.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, Josie. That's my daughter, too, folks. She may join us for a future stream, but right now it's just dad and son here. So Mox Ruby is an artifact that comes into play for free and gives you 1 mana, which is very, very, very powerful. Another thing we could do, if this wasn't here, is we could pick the Batterskull, because we already have a Stoneforge Mystic, and that is also very powerful. Very, very good. But the power is really, really good.
Okay, I'll pick the Power.
Yeah.
Kind of like it.
There's a reason why they call it power. Okay.
The Inferno Titan looks cool. It has
The
cool
Inferno Titan. The Inferno Titan is probably one of the best closers in Magic, or used to be one of the best closers in Magic. I don't know if it still is. And yeah, honestly, Inferno Titan's a pretty decent pickup here. Not much else if we're making a red deck, so yeah, that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine pickup. What do you think you should pick here?
The 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 one right there, I think. Yeah.
The Golem?
Yeah, the Golem.
So what Golem does is non-artifact spells cost 1 more to cast. So you see all these cards here that are not artifacts? Oh no.
Oh no.
Well,
I'm sorry.
it's okay.
I didn't know that.
So we've got two different things we can pick here. 3 different things. I didn't see the braid.
I feel like we should do the Imperial Recruiter.
Okay. So Imperial Recruiter is a 1/1 that goes out and gets another creature that has power 3 or 2 or less. So let's take a look at that. So there's Pia, there's this, there's this. So it gets one of these 3 cards.
I feel like we should do that.
You want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So we've got 3 choices here of red cards. We have Koth of the Hammer, which is a Planeswalker.
Planeswalkers are good.
Planeswalkers are very good. It untaps a mountain and then turns it into a 4/4 red elemental. You have Magda, which is a 2/1 dwarf. And whenever it attacks, you create a treasure token, which you can sack for mana. And then you have Faithless Looting, which is draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards.
I feel like we should do the Con Hammer.
You want to do Koth of the Hammer?
Yeah, Con for the Hammer.
Okay. So we have 2 picks here. So we have Hellrider, which is a 3/3. Whenever a creature you control attacks, it deals 1 damage to the player, the player that's defending. Or a Planeswalker. I forgot about that part. Or you have Light Up the Stage, which is exile the top 2 cards of your library, and until the end of turn, you may play those cards by paying. You pay their mana cost.
Okay. Hey, Jesse.
And this is my daughter.
Hi.
Just a family MTG stream, I guess.
I feel like we should do the Hell one.
Hellrider?
Yeah, Hellrider.
All right, we're gonna pick Hellrider. You wanna pick a card too?
Yeah, I think this one.
I like that one too. It's a very good one. She's pointing at Retrofitter Foundry. Retrofitter Foundry is a very good card. So we have Figure of Destiny, Oriole Voltaic Visionary. So Figure of Destiny is at 1 red for a 1/1, but you also can make it very big. You can make it into an 8/8 flyer. Or 2 mana 3/1 that has a chance to become a 4/3.
I think we should do Figures of Destiny.
Figure of Destiny. So that's a pretty good pick. It's a pretty good pick, honestly. So we have 2 more cards. We have a 1 mana 2/2 with haste, which means that it can attack immediately when it comes into play. Or we have Ignite Memories, which is a 5 mana sorcery. You reveal a card at random from their hand, and it deals damage to that player equal to the card's mana cost.
Let's do that one.
You want to do that one?
Mm-hmm.
I have never played with this card before, so I have no idea how good it is. So here we can pick up a Blood Crypt, which is a land that produces black or red, or we can pick up a 2/2 with haste.
2/2 with haste.
2/2 with haste. Okay. You can pick later, honey. So not much here. We've got a Goblin Bombardment, but we don't really have much for Goblin Bombardment. Josephine. Thank you, honey. You can pick that one. So Josie wants to pick Olivia. What do you want to pick?
Olivia.
Olivia? Alright, let's pick Olivia. Honestly, not much here, so you might as well go with colorless.
Now it's my turn.
It's been your turn, honey. You want this one?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like a dinosaur.
It is a dinosaur. Good job.
Okay, it's
the red
your
one?
turn, Daddy.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it my turn? So we got Huntmaster or Shallow Grave. Let's grab the Huntmaster. Oh, and Voltaic Visionary came back. Thankfully, red is relatively open.
I would pick. It's my turn to.
Oh, we already picked
Okay, so we don't have any power here, and we only have one red card. So what do you think we should do?
We only have one red card.
Yep. Oh, thanks, Power of Sand. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Oh, yeah, I see I'm dropping frames. I'm going to go ahead and try to restart the stream. Hopefully it gets a little better. But what do you think we should pick here?
That one right there.
Seasoned Pyromancer?
Mhm.
Let's go ahead and pick Seasoned Pyromancer.
Muslim mortars immediately.
Mizia Mortars. Why do you want to pick that immediately?
Just sounds amazing.
It sounds amazing. What does it do?
Deals 4 damage to a target, a creature you don't control.
Yep, it deals 4 damage to target creature. What about Goblin Rabblemaster?
What does that do?
It's a 2/2 that creates a 1/1 at every one of your turns.
I feel like we should pick the Goblin Rebel Master then.
You sure?
Yeah. It may sound that one may sound cool, but I think that one's more useful.
Okay. Okay. So
Grim Lavamancer.
Grim Lavamancer. Yep, it's only our only real choice there. So what we're looking for right now is a little bit of reach. Do you know what reach is?
Long range.
Long range, exactly. What that means in this particular context is spells that can go to an opponent's face. So the spells that we can shoot an opponent with. So we can't actually do that with Unholy Heat. And we can't actually do that with any of these other cards. So we've got 2. We have Past in Flames. Each instant or sorcery in your graveyard gains flashback. That means that you can cast it from your graveyard.
I feel like we should do that one because we have a lot of those.
Do we? We have 3.
Yeah,
3 is not a lot.
there's not a lot.
And then we have Char, which deals 4 damage to any target.
Yeah, I feel like we should do Char.
Yeah, it's probably a pretty good pick there. So we have 2 possibilities here. We have Dragon Rage Channeler, which is a 1/1 for 1. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, look at the top card of your library, and you may put that into your graveyard. And then you have Splinter Twin, which is an enchantment, which means that you put it on a creature. And you may tap that creature and create a copy of that creature that has
That
haste.
one, that Splinter Twin.
Okay, why do you think that one?
Because we have a lot of powerful things, and we could make 2 of them.
Yes. Okay. So we have 2 possibilities. We have a Chandra, which is another Planeswalker, which is 4 mana, but it's probably one of the more powerful ones. It deals -3, deals 4 damage to target creature, and then we may exile the top card of our library, and we may cast it if we want to, and if we don't, it deals 2 damage to an opponent. Or we have Runaway Steamkin. Every time we cast a red spell, you put a 1/1 counter on this card, and then you may remove 3 1/1 counters and add mana to your mana pool.
No, I feel like we should do the Planeswalker.
You feel like we should do the Planeswalker? Okay. So here, we actually have 2 choices. What do you think the 2 choices are? Technically 3.
A land and that one.
So you have Young Pyromancer, which is a red card. Whenever we cast a instant or sorcery spell, remember we only have 3, you create a 1/1. Or you have Umezawa's Jet.
I feel like we should do Umezawa's Jet.
Okay. So here you have a big dragon, which is a 5/5 flying haster.
Big dragon.
Big dragon. Okay. I know you like dragons. Dragons are pretty cool, aren't they? And here you can pick whatever card. Honestly, doesn't matter that much.
The sorcery.
You're gonna pick the sorcery.
Mhm.
Oust? Oost?
Mhm.
We'll grab Oust. There's your Mizium Mortars. Here you've got one playable card, which is Skull Clamp. It's not a bad one. Equipped creature gets +1, -1, and whenever it dies, you draw 2 cards.
We should do that one. School
Here, I mean, we're not really playing. We actually might play Recruiter of the. We actually might play Inspiring Vantage, but I'll leave it up to you. What do you want?
Inspiring Advantage.
Inspiring Vantage.
That's it.
The red card.
The red card.
The red card.
That one looks cool though.
Yeah.
Daddy, tell a Peppa Pig picture.
Not right now, honey. All right.
How many more cards?
Just one, and there you go.
Is that our deck?
This is our deck. This is
Pretty big deck.
it's something. it is something. And honestly, you did a pretty good job of picking. You know, there were only a few other picks that I probably would have done differently, and a lot of the cards ended up coming back around. We ended up wheeling, which is what that's called. Quite a few really good cards. So here's kind of the game plan. So red wants to play very aggressively, which means that it wants a lot of low drops and very few high drops. And the high drops that it spends.
So basically a bunch of attacks and not spending that much.
Yeah, basically. We want to curve out as much as possible because we're trying to punish the other decks that are a little bit too greedy. And so with that in mind, we're going to need to kind of shave this top end a little bit. So Inferno Titan's a fantastic card. Love it to death. But by the time we hit 6, we kind of want to already have the opponent dead. We don't really want to go up to 6 that much.
Okay.
And then we have other cards like Unholy Heat, which deals 2 damage to target creature or player. But dealing 2 damage to target creature or player is not that impactful.
Okay.
So I'm thinking of cutting that one. Char's usually pretty good. Imperial Recruiter actually gets some things. You know, it grabs Runaway Steamkin. It grabs Pia. It's power, right? Yeah, power 2 or less. It grabs Magda, Bloodthirsty, Abbott. So yeah, it actually grabs quite a few cards. So that's not that bad. Not that bad at all. And we're at 27. And because we're such a low curve, we can actually afford to play usually 16 lands. Sometimes if we're really, really lucky, we can play 15 lands. But that's, you have to be very, very low curve. Okay? And when I say low curve, I mean we have a significant amount of 1-drops and 2-drops right here.
So we're low curve.
So then that means we're low curve, exactly. Retrofitter Foundry is a very, very good card. But it takes a lot of mana.
How much?
It's a huge mana investment. Very, very good card, but it takes a little bit to get going. So it, for 2 mana, you tap it and you create a 1/1. And then you can untap it and then tap it again, sacrifice it, make a 1/1 Thopter, and eventually,
that's what it does.
yep, eventually you can get it to the point where you're pumping out 4/4 creatures. But it takes a lot of mana to do that. It's a huge mana sink.
Investment.
It's a very big mana investment, and because we're not really looking to curve out that, or because we're looking to curve out and we're not really looking for a whole lot of mana sinks, I'm not sure if it's quite the right card for this deck.
Okay.
Although it is a very, very powerful card. So we got Firebolt, Fire Blast, both of those are really good. Gives us some reach. I think we can look at getting rid of Unholy Heat.
Okay.
Let's see here. Which deals 2 damage to you? Exile the top card of your library. You play this card this turn. Activate this as sorcery. So that's actually not too bad. But I think these are the 2 cuts here. The reason why I'm saying that is that Voltaic Visionary is a 3/1. It starts out as a 3/1, which is generally not the best stats for that amount of mana. And we don't necessarily want to... this is all about generating card advantage. We don't necessarily want to be spending our time...
Making cards.
Yeah, generating card advantage. We want to be playing threats and like turning things sideways.
So we need to get rid of that.
It's not a bad card. I just think the other cards that we have are just better than this and do things better than that. The other option is to get rid of Bloodthirsty Adversary. The main difference between like Bloodthirsty Adversary and Voltaic Visionary, though, is this one has some significant upside at the end of the game. It's actually not that bad of a top deck because we can actually sink more mana into it. And it has the benefit of potentially exiling an instant or sorcery card from our graveyard and then casting that card. So right now, we can exile Firebolt, we can exile Char, and that's about it. So neither of these are actually really good.
Okay, so should we get rid of them?
But I'm thinking the Haster is probably going to be a little bit better than the 3/1.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and get rid of that. And then probably Unholy Heat. And I think this, my friend, is going to be our deck.
Okay.
Not bad. Not bad, honestly. You know, we got a pretty decent curve. We got some very good threats. Skull Clamp is going to be very interesting in this deck. It's a very powerful card. But we do have a couple of token producers in Seasoned Pyromancer, Pia, even like sacking a Rumble or a Goblin token or an Imperial Recruiter is not that bad either. So not bad. So what we're going to do now is we're going to grab Mox Ruby, bring this down here, and then...
It's a power thing, right?
Because it is a power, it's basically a free land. We're going to add basic lands and add 14 mountains to the deck.
That is a lot of mountains.
It is a lot of mountains. Add one more. So now we've got 16 total mana sources. We've got 15 lands and 1 Mox Ruby.
So this is basically a lot of manas.
Yeah, it's an aggro deck. This is actually a little bit less than what you usually would start a limited deck with. Usually you'd start a limited deck with 17 lands.
That's close enough.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I could even see shaving another land to bring in one of our other threats, but I don't think that's particularly necessary, right? We've got a lot of playables here. We're definitely not short of playables. It's more about making sure that we hit the land drops and can curve out. Okay? So we're going to save deck, and then we're going to play. How do you think we're going to do?
Good.
Good? Why do you say good?
Because I feel like we're just going to crush the enemy.
You feel like we're going to crush them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're going to try our best. We'll see how this does. You excited?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. When did you start playing Magic?
I forgot.
You forgot when you started playing Magic?
Yeah, I just kind of liked Magic when you started taking me to the Magic shop.
I did start taking you to the Magic shop. Yeah, that was a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
When you were like 5 or 6?
Yeah.
Right around there. It's been a bit. So let's go ahead and join match. So we already lost.
Really?
No, we just we did not win the roll to go first. And when you're playing an aggro deck, you want to go first often. As early and often as possible. So we're going to play Monastery Swiftspear here. And the cool thing about Monastery Swiftspear is that it has haste. Do you know what haste means?
First attack.
It gets to attack the turn it comes in, exactly. So what does a red deck do?
Aggro.
Turns things sideways. It is the king of turning things sideways.
Which means you attack, right?
Yep. They're playing a blue-black deck. Ooh.
Scary.
Yeah. So blue-black is usually a control deck, and sometimes they dip into Reanimator. So there's two different versions that you can get. They could also be Storm, but I don't think they would be Storm playing a Mesmeric Fiend. So Storm is all about playing a whole bunch of cards on their turn, and then using cards that have Storm as a keyword to gain a ridiculous amount of benefit. So,
is there anything we can really play?
actually no. Not yet. It's unfortunate that they took our Magda there.
Oh, Magda? What do they mean?
This card right here. They ended up taking it out of her hand. That's what Mesmeric Fiend does.
So
Is
do you have
it?
to kill Mesmeric Fiend?
If you want to get your card back, yes.
Okay. I think we can kill it.
Yep. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait to play Abbot of Carroll Keep, which is this 2/1 here. And the reason why we're doing that is we hope that we'll hit a mountain, a land off of our deck and be able to play that card.
Okay.
Our opponent's thinking really hard here. What do you think he's thinking about?
How to get out of the situation.
How to get out of the situation? What situation is that?
Getting our card back.
Possibly. Good. So we punched him in the face. So unfortunately...
We're not getting our card back. Oh, for a little.
Oh, that's scary.
What is that?
All right. So we did hit a land here.
Okay.
So I think what we're going to do is we're going to play this, and then we're going to play Seasoned Pyromancer. And what it does... Oh, they're going to counter it. Okay.
Okay.
That's okay. We actually don't mind that being countered. That is not the worst thing they could have countered.
What could have
What's that?
they countered?
With a Daze, Daze, what it does is it counters a spell unless an opponent plays or pays one more.
Okay.
So they have 4 mana here.
We're gonna have 4 mana.
So there's a couple of things that we can do. We are going to have 4 mana. So we can run a Koth of the Hammer out there and see if they counter it. So that's one thing we can do. Or we can play Kia Nilar and Kieran Nilar. So what do you think we should do?
Koth of the Hammer.
Koth of the Hammer? Then hope they don't have a...
Oh, they do.
They might. So we're going to untap. what we could also do is add 4 mana and also play a Kia or a Pia and Kieran. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
You want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a pretty decent approach. So let's do that. And attack. And so now we've got some pretty decent pressure on board.
Okay.
That's good. That's a good thing.
That's a good thing?
Yep, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. I didn't know that.
Ooh, uh-oh.
What's that?
Well, Chrome Mox. They're pitching a card here. What do they pitch? They pitch a Palancron. They are Storm. They are a Storm deck. So I wonder what they're going to do here. So we're going to turn off auto yields. They do a Time Spiral.
What does that do?
So what it does is it untaps their lands, and then they and we draw 7 cards. It seems pretty good. So one of the things that we can do right now, right at this moment, is we can...
Counter it?
No, we can Fire Blast them in their face.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
You want to do that? You think that's a good idea?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Fire blasting in the face is always good. Took a lot of damage.
They did take a lot of damage, yeah.
Got fire blasted in the face. Oh, we got 3 mountains.
We did.
Should we use the Mox Ruby?
We can't yet because it's still their turn.
Oh, it's still their turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still hit them with a fire blast in the face.
We did still hit them with a Fire Blast in the face. That I'm sure that hurt their feelings very badly.
How did they take damage?
Hmm?
They took damage.
They did.
From us?
No, they took damage from the Ancient Tomb. And I'm going to be honest with you, this is probably the moment that we lose.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
What are they gonna do?
My guess is Tendrils. Okay. Yep, it's the Tendrils. So Tendrils, oh, they had Tendrils and Brain Freeze. So what Tendrils does is target player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life, but it has Storm, which means that it gets copied for every spell that has been cast at that moment in time.
So,
And
he has 8.
He has 8. And so how much damage would he do to us?
8 damage per
You-
turn.
He would do 8 copies, technically 9 copies of 2 damage.
Oh, we're gonna lose then.
And 2 times 9 is 18. And what life are we at?
18.
18.
So we were gonna lose from the start.
We were gonna lose. But that's what Storm does. Is it just, yeah.
It sounds pretty unfair.
It can be, yeah. It can be.
If you get the right cards.
So one of the things we can do, if we want to be cheeky, is we can bring the Lodestone Golem in. This makes it much harder for them to actually go off. But it also hurts us. So we'd be betting on the fact that it hurts them more than it hurts us.
But you don't know that.
We don't know that. No, we don't. There's not really much else that we can do, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Retrofitter Foundry is kind of slow.
I feel like we should do that one.
You want to try that?
Mhm.
I would probably do something like maybe this. I'd take out Fury. Fury doesn't look like it's doing much here. So something like that.
Okay.
And submit. Bless you.
Thank you. Oops, sorry.
Oh, you're okay. Is that Mr. Magic calling?
No.
No? You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Mark Rosewater.
Who's that?
He's the lead designer. So this actually isn't too bad. We'll keep. So we have 2 options available to us.
What are those 2 options?
We can play a 2/2 and hit them in the face for 2, or we can play a 1/1, make it a 2/2, and hit them next turn in the face for 4.
I'll do that. Hit him in the face next turn for 4.
For 4?
Is this a player or NPC?
This is a player that we're facing.
Didn't we face him last game?
Yep, so it's best of 3.
Okay.
Best of 3, which means that whoever wins the most games out of 3 wins. Sometimes you play 2 games because they win both of them. And sometimes, ooh, that is a very good card.
Ooh, maybe we should play it.
So here's what I'm thinking.
So what are you thinking?
Is we punch him really, really hard
In the face.
in the face. And put him to 16. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's going to take the Hell Rider, or he might actually take the Umezawa's Jit. Both of them are very good cards. And neither option is good for them. So if they take the Hell Rider, we just play the Jit and equip it and then kill their thing. And if they take the Jit, then we play Hell Rider and deal a lot of damage to them.
They took the Jit.
Yep. And so they're at 6 life. This is what red decks do.
We almost killed him.
And this is why it's good to go first when you're playing a red deck.
Let's hope he doesn't get those tendrils again.
Mm-hmm. So they have to go off, like, now. Or find a way to, like, wipe the board. Or stabilize. Because otherwise we just kill them on the next turn. We have them we have them what's called dead on board.
So they have to find a way to wipe the board.
Yep, they have to find a way to survive. And we win. There you go. Good job. So, same thing. That's kind of the only real way that we win against a deck like that, is just go over the top with them.
Do you think that'll work next time?
Just overwhelm them. I mean, it's kind of a...
Long shot.
It's the way it is when you're going against Storm.
Hope you win.
You just hope you win. That's all you can do. So, we can play Scrounger. Actually, I'm thinking that we kind of do this.
Okay.
Just try to lower our curve a little bit. Make sure that we can curve out on them.
Should we submit the deck?
We can take out Mizium Mortars because that doesn't seem to do very much against
the
them.
Storm deck.
Against the Storm deck, exactly. So let's go ahead and submit. Our opponent's name is Atlas Atlantis. What do you think about that?
Aren't those the two? Oh, Atlas is the guy who holds up the world, and Atlantis.
Atlas is the guy who holds up the world, and what's Atlantis?
A A city that got destroyed by waves or tsunami.
A city that apparently sunk. Yeah, exactly. So this is a pretty good hand. We're going to go ahead and keep. It's not as good as the last hand, but it's also not bad. We can play Imperial Recruiter, yeah. We're going to hit him in the face. How hard do you want to hit him?
Hard.
Yeah, hard? Like, kind of hard?
Yeah, like kind of hard.
Okay. We can do that. Let's do this. Not bad. Yeah.
Should we do a firebolt?
We can do firebolt. So there's two options that we can do. We can use firebolt now and just firebolt them to the face, and then pump up this guy to make him a 2/2 and hit him for 4.
Or hit him for 4.
Or we can Imperial Recruiter for Goblin. Oh gosh, what the heck is his name?
Goblin Char.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the better play.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Goblin Rabblemaster.
Yeah. He can make goblins, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna hit him hard. 14.
He's down to 14. Or they're down to 14. So next turn, what we can do is if we draw a land, we can not draw a land. So I think what we want to do here
Where's our power?
is play Goblin Rabblemaster, right? Where's the power when you want it? Move to attacks, produce a dude, and then attack.
With almost all of them. Besides 1.
And we have them, again, dead on board. So they have to do something next turn, or they just
we'll
die. Right, exactly. So we have 6 damage in our hand.
Should we do a firebolt or an instant?
That's a good question. I guess it depends. We'll see what we draw here.
Charge 4 damage to any target and 2 damage to you. Oh. Doesn't sound like a good trade-off. Firebolt. Pow. What does that do? Pretty sure this is.
They're gonna tap our creatures down? Okay, yeah, I figured.
How many? All of them?
Yep.
They can do that.
They can. So now they have to go off this turn or they're just dead. Or they have to find a way to deal with our board. One of the two.
Pretty hard. If they don't get
I mean,
board wipe.
they can board wipe us. Yep, that's one way to do it. Or they can just go off.
Thinking real hard about it. Oh.
Looks like they're going to try to go off.
Which is?
They're going to try to win this turn.
Oh. They might actually.
There's a chance. So if they have a
Enough storm count?
wheel here. Oh, Treasure Cruise. That's not bad. Tendrils? No! Hey, what does that say? We win the match. We won the match. Red deck wins. You know what they call this deck?
What?
They call it the Fun Police. Do you know why they call it the Fun Police?
Why?
Because it breaks people's hearts. Because you spend all this time waiting to play with like really, really powerful magic cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this deck full of like really cheap spells and very cheap creatures
Beats your deck?
beats your deck. It's the Fun Police. So here's a good lesson for Magic. Is you don't always need the most powerful cards. Sometimes it just takes a good curve and a good mixture of spells and creatures.
Next time, can we do a plant deck?
A plant deck? Sure. I don't know what that is, but we can try.
I mean, the deck with greens in it.
So this... Oh, you want to do a forest deck? We can do a forest deck. So we have a kind of a decision to make here. So we have technically 2 lands, but we are not able to play anything with the cards or with the lands that we have.
I feel like we should keep it.
You feel like we should keep it?
Because we have an Imperial Critter.
Okay, we're gonna try to keep this.
What does that one do? I forgot what it did.
It's an equipment. It does a lot of things. So rather than explain to you all of what it does, I'm just gonna wait so you can see it. And then we drew our mountain.
Will it hurt them? It's not a creature though. So.
It's not a creature, not yet.
Wait, what do you mean not yet?
Or we don't have a creature yet. That's what I meant. So we can Imperial Recruiter go get the Gabo dude.
Yeah.
You feel like that's a good play? Okay.
We'll get the Gabo dude so we can get more creatures.
Okay.
There's a Gabo dude.
Right there.
Okay.
So you think we should just play Gabo dude? It might get countered.
By who?
Oh, it didn't get countered.
That's their fault.
It is. So let's go ahead and attack, huh?
Hit him really hard in the face.
Hit him really hard. Where?
In the face.
In the face.
I wonder what they're playing.
My guess is cards. Ooh. Ooh, that's a dude.
We're gonna die.
It's a really good card. It's a very, very good card.
What does the Grim Lavamancer do?
You exile 2 cards from your graveyard and it deals 2 damage to any target.
Should we use the Seasoned Pyromancer? Why are we giving that thing to the Goblin?
We have to. We have to attack anyways. So we might as well
Go all out?
get some Jit stuff. Get Jit with it.
Are we gonna do a lot of damage with the Jit?
We're gonna get Jitty with it. Yeah, it's honestly, it's gonna be really hard to beat that card.
Really?
Yeah.
Like super hard?
Super hard. Super, super hard.
What is the ability?
Every time it attacks or blocks, you can choose one. Either create a 3/3 beast token, which is what they did. You can gain 3 life, or you can draw a card.
Man.
Yeah, it's very, very good. And since we're forced to attack, makes it especially difficult. And here they just...
I wonder if we had something to specifically do.
Ooh, they play an Elspeth. Yikers.
Are we gonna...
We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. Unfortunately, buddy, there's not much we can do. Sometimes this just happens. Gargaroth is a very, very good card, yes.
Wipe the board with?
No, we don't.
And that sucks.
It does. I was hoping to draw a land.
He doesn't have enough cards to block. Oh, he does.
Yeah, he does.
He's probably gonna get his.
Ooh, yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. And they have a time walk. Jeez.
Going all out on us.
Ouch. Yep. That was pretty brutal.
Yeah. Didn't have to do all that.
Honestly, there's not a whole lot we could do
Against him.
Yeah, against him, buddy. We can bring in Unholy Heat. Fury is pretty good. Pian Kirin is okay. Koth is okay. 1 second. Excuse me. We can switch out Koth for Chandra, because at least Chandra hits some of their creatures. But I think this is going to be a really hard matchup for us. Yep. Ooh. And it's definitely not going to work with this.
With what?
There we go. That's a little better. Not much better, but it is better. So we're going to keep this. Bless you, too.
Thank you.
So we're going to pitch Mizzy Mortars. Click Done. Play that. And then play Skull Clamp.
Isn't Skull Clamp good?
Skull Clamp is very good, yes. So I think the play is to play a Runaway Steamkin next turn. And then play Abbot of Carol Keep afterwards. Conversely, we can play a Magda. Or we could play that. That seems pretty good too.
What does a Runaway Steamkin do?
I'll show you.
Okay.
Hopefully we hit a land here. Oh, that'll work.
Oh, we got the Mac. That should do some damage.
It's a little bit. It's a tiny amount of damage. Like a smidge of damage.
Okay.
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge?
Just a smidge.
Okay. Do we have the upper hand here?
We do.
We're gonna do a lot of damage. They don't even have a creature down yet. That's a lot of damage, Cole.
That is a lot of damage. Let's see what they got. Looks like they got a flash creature. They're going to make 2/2. Oh, they're not going to make it 2/2. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this. Draw 2 cards. Nice.
Did you sacrifice it? What did you do?
We drew a bunch of cards.
Okay.
That's Gideon.
And I got first strike advantage.
And what we're going to do now is going to play this guy, and then we're going to eat the Gideon.
We're going to eat the Gideon.
And it's going to taste delicious.
They don't have anything to defend the Gideon, right?
Nope. We're going to sack this for 2. We're going to play Runaway Steamkin and pass the turn. Ooh, Jace. The helpful place. He's not very helpful. He's actually a jerk.
Sure.
Yeah. So they exiled their dragon, and now they're going to start drawing cards with Jace.
We'll keep him alive.
We'll see. Ah, that sucks. Drawing 2 lands there was not exactly what we wanted.
Now we got even more lands. Did we get a Fury? We got
Yeah. Yep.
probably wasn't worth it.
That was unfortunate.
We're gonna lose now?
We might. Drawing 5 lands there
It
was
was bad idea.
it was pretty brutal, to be honest with you. It was pretty brutal. Ooh, gosh, yeah. Now we're probably gonna lose.
Ooh, maybe we can spawn. Our card's gonna be untapped. Man.
Yeah, I know, buddy. Sometimes this is what happens. Welcome to Magic.
We're gonna die. That was a bit of overkill, don't you think? Is there any way to turn this around?
I don't think so. We need to kill this Elder Gargaroth. So what I'm going to do is play a Thundermaw Hellkite.
And what will that do?
It's a 5/5 flyer.
It's a 5/5/5.
We're going to equip it with a Skull Clamp.
What will that do?
Give it a 6 damage. And then we're going to attack. And then they're going to trade.
So
Oh no.
Did we kill it? No. They have a counter. Do you think we should give up?
It's a about the worst that it possibly could have ever gone. They had 2 cards in their hand, and one of them was an Archangel. That's pretty bad.
Should we give up?
And now they're gonna wipe our board. So yeah, this is definitely a concede game. That was pretty brutal. They absolutely destroyed our deck. Absolutely destroyed it. All right. How do you feel after that?
Good.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
That Elder Gargaroth, that's a stupid card. It is very, very powerful. Very hard to beat that. 6/6 that gains like 3 life. It makes dudes.
We almost killed it.
You know, we could have
killed it.
If they did not have the Archangel, we had a chance. If they did not have the Archangel, we had a chance. They had 2 cards in hand. Not much we could have done there.
Is our stream lagging?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit, okay.
Yeah. For some reason, Mediacom is just not working right now. So this is not the best hand, to be honest with you. But we're going to go ahead and keep, because we do have cards we can play, okay? So we're going to play this Mountain, play a Grim Lavamancer.
And what will that... Oh.
Right now, it's just a 1/1.
Okay, more powerful.
Doesn't really do a whole lot, unfortunately.
He also has that deck.
He also has a red deck. Battle of the red decks.
The Fun Police, right?
Battle of the Fun Police, exactly. Oh, he's a red-black deck. Oh, Cruxa.
He's gonna sacrifice a lot.
So we're gonna discard a card. We're gonna discard a mountain. City, okay. Okay.
Man.
Honestly, that's not the worst thing that could have happened. We're gonna play him. Nope. What we're gonna do is we're gonna attack.
With everything. Because he doesn't have any creatures.
We're gonna turn things sideways. Then we're going to.
He's really good at that.
Yep. Play a cough. We're gonna add
2 mountains to your
3. Play an Imperial Recruiter. And go grab Goblin Rabble Master.
Worth it.
Not bad. That was a good. That was a pretty good turn. Not bad at all.
Not bad. Thinking real hard about it, isn't he?
Ooh.
Is that bad?
It's not the best, but that's okay.
Okay, it's okay.
You okay?
Now we're gonna get more creatures.
We're gonna get more creatures, and you know what we're gonna do with them?
Oh.
We're gonna win. It's Goblin Rabblemaster. If you don't have an answer for him, he can take over a game pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty easily. So they're a discard deck, it looks like. So what we want is we want resilient threats, threats that are kind of hard to deal with.
Get rid of the Fury.
Yep. And then some low to the curve stuff. So Voltaic Visionary, I think, comes in. You can take out Mizium Mortars and submit like this. How you doing, kiddo?
Good.
Good? This is everything you dreamed it would be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Good. I'm glad. I'm having fun too. We can go ahead and keep. And we're going to play out Figure of Destiny.
We haven't used this one yet.
Oh, we will.
What is that? Ooh, how much damage will we do?
He's a 2/2. He does some stuff. He gets bigger next turn. So we're going to do this. We're going to attack and see if they do anything. I don't know. Let's find out. And make him a 4/4, and then we'll see if he kills him. Probably. Yep. That's fine. That's kind of what we figured. Yep, that was a trade-off.
Are we gonna use Fire Blast?
We might. We might actually use Fire Blast this turn, yep. Or not,
This
this game, rather. Yep, that one.
Oh, we got a Sharda Torch.
Chandra,
Sandra Torch.
Torch of Defiance. So I think that's actually what we're going to play, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Play Chandra. Deal 4 damage to the critter. And then the next turn,
We're gonna bully him.
we're going to punch him
Hard in the face.
with the dragon.
The dragon?
A
Yeah.
very big dragon.
I like dragons.
You like dragons? I like dragons. What do you like about dragons?
Their wings.
Their wings? What about their wings?
Just looks cool.
Their wings look cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like that they breathe fire.
You like that they breathe fire?
Yeah, they breathe fire. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know that.
They don't breathe fire.
They don't.
Yeah, they're imaginary. Dragons aren't real.
They breathe fire. I know I said I like the wings about the dragon, but I kind of like the ones without wings. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Those, Chinese or Japanese.
I like dragons that are good conversationalists.
I don't think dragons are like that.
How do you know?
I don't know. I just don't think they like that.
You don't think they like talking? Have you ever talked with a dragon before?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't like that.
Oh, they're brilliant. They're very very wise creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought they're like monsters or something like raw.
Oh, why? Because they look scary?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. Way to be judgy.
Yeah.
You just judge everybody based on what they look like?
It's just dragons don't look really friendly.
What? Ooh, that's bad. That sucks.
Oh, wait, they have monsters too. Oh.
They too
Have a goblin.
have a Goblin Rabble Master. Doesn't exactly.
Much.
Well,
What are we gonna do?
I don't like that they're leaving up 2 mana. So there's a chance that they're going to counter this, but I don't think there's much else that we can do here. They're thinking. Do they have a way to, like, bounce it, maybe? Question mark?
Maybe.
Maybe. What's it to you?
I don't know. What's it to you?
I don't like losing.
Mm-hmm.
You saying you like losing?
No.
No? Oh, it resolves.
So we did kill.
I did not see
normal.
that coming.
They had nothing to counter it with.
So now we have an interesting choice next turn depending on what they play. So we can gold span dragon and swing. Oh, they're gonna ravenous chupacabra.
That's what it's gonna do. The Goblin Master is still up.
Yeah, that Goblin Master is gonna be quite a big problem. There's not much we can do about it.
We're gonna take a big hit.
Yeah, we were gonna take a big hit anyways. Not much we can do about that.
Punch us in the face.
Yep. Goblins do that. Koth.
Will he save us?
Nothing can save us. So I think we gold span here.
Yeah, we only have 2 cards. I'm gonna take a big hit.
He takes a hit. Then we do this. Play Jit. And pass turn. And hopefully he doesn't have a way to deal with Jit.
Probably doesn't.
Because I think Jit's the only way. Well, I don't think that does anything. Bribery. Yeah, I don't think that does anything. Oh, a Hell Rider. Never mind. I lied.
He just took our what are we gonna do now?
We have to kill our own Hell Rider.
That
Otherwise,
sucks.
we're just dead. We're probably just dead anyways, because this is going to be a lot of damage.
A lot of damage.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think we're dead. That sucks. Ooh.
We're at 3.
3. I think we lost the guys.
Yeah. That's good. I'm good. Are you good? I'm good. So, I mean, we equip Umezawa, kill this. They still have a lot of creatures on board, and we would have had 3 mana, so we could have played Abbot of Carol Keep, and we were still dead next turn. There's not much we could have done, buddy. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I know you're kind of broken up about it.
I'm not.
It's all right. You can admit your feelings.
I'm not.
You can admit your feelings. It's okay. I understand.
It's not.
Yeah, we got to talk this out.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
Do we?
No, we don't. I love you, kid.
Me too.
Am I weird? Yeah, and a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's what happens when you have kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. Your parents are actually normal people. We were normal people once,
So you're like
and then we had
teacher. So you're
kids.
like my teacher.
I'm
She
like,
says like a lot. She has a lot of kids. She has kids. Yeah.
she has kids?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks very
See,
tired all the time.
adults get really weird when we have kids.
Should we keep this?
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah? Let's keep.
Just because the runaway steamkin.
Runaway Steamkin's pretty good. So we're gonna play Mountain, play Mox Ruby.
And then most we're gonna.
Pray that this doesn't get countered with a Force of Will.
How would he counter it?
Okay, it resolves.
How would he counter it currently?
Force of Will is a card. It's not power, but it's a very powerful card, and it says it's a 5-mana instant that counters a spell.
It doesn't even have any mana.
Yeah.
See. It's getting increasingly nervous.
How you feeling?
Nervous?
Nervous? What are you nervous about?
I don't know. Just nervous.
Nervous. Do I make you nervous?
No.
Why not?
Do you think we should do Char?
Do you think we should do Char?
Yeah.
Yeah?
He has 8 HP, right?
Let's do that.
Take 4. Wait, he's only going to be at 14. We're only going to lose 2 HP. Feels kind of worth it. Don't you think?
It does, but the thing about Char is that we don't have to do it right now. So one of the most important lessons I learned in Magic over playing, oh gosh, several decades, although you'd never know that with how terrible I play, is that you only ever want to cast cards when you have to.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm going to grab this Rabble Master here.
Master.
We could have did a 1-drop there and added 1 more damage to the board. Actually, we could have done 2 more damage to the board if we really, really wanted to. But this seems pretty good.
Let's hope he doesn't come out with anything crazy.
We get a lot of pressure on board. Oh, there's a Duretti Spaghetti.
No.
Yes.
We're going to hit him real hard.
4,
Face.
5, 6, 7, 8. We actually deal 8 damage to him,
We're going to hit him real hard in the face then.
but I think this is worth.
Why didn't he do anything?
Hmm?
Why didn't he do any damage?
Because we killed the Duretti instead. So it was a choice between dealing 8 damage to his face or killing the Duretti.
I feel like the Duretti was a good.
And I feel like the Duretti was a good pick there.
We're going to hit him in the face next time?
Mm. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to remove 3 1/1 counters to add 3 red mana to our mana pool. We're going to play this guy.
Yeah. Alright, how much damage are we going to do now? Oh, that's a lot.
It's a lot of damage.
The fun police. Haha. Wonder who's going to block. Oh. I feel like that was kind of a bad choice.
And now he's
use char? Do we use the char?
Okay. I was looking for a Fire Blast to see if we could just end.
Him?
Yeah. But we still got him next turn.
Unless he has something.
So you can deal with our board, but we've got 7 cards and more threats on board. We drew like 6 cards there with Skull Clamp. It's a very good card.
Okay.
It's a very good card.
So how do you
Hey, you know what happened?
what?
What do you think happened?
He left.
He left. Why'd he leave?
Got mad.
Because we won. Because we won.
Because he won.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's called the fun place.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for hanging out with us
Yeah. Thank you.
for the Father Sutton stream. That was a blast. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun too. I really, really enjoyed playing with you, buddy. Thanks for hanging out with
Welcome.
Dad. Even though I'm a little weird.
Mhm.
I'm a little weird, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How would you describe me to your friends?
Oh. Weird with the big beard. Yeah.
Weird with a big beard.
Yeah.
It's going to be my new moniker. This is the Game Doc. I stream usually on a weekly basis, Monday through Wednesday. I am weird with a big beard. I'm also a variety streamer. I stream a variety of games, including MTG. We will have the occasional family stream. We'll see if we can get you to come back. Do you want to come back?
Yeah.
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
All right. You want to continue playing Magic, or do you want to try some other things?
Try some other things.
We'll try some other things. Maybe I can get you to play some Vampire, although that's a pretty brutal game, to be honest with you. It's a little bloody. We'll have to clear with your mom before we do that.
Okay.
And then maybe some scary games. You like scary games?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's your favorite scary game?
I like Puppet Combo.
Puppet Combo games?
Mhm.
I've heard of Puppet Combo. I have not played Puppet Combo.
Mhm.
So would you like to play a Puppet Combo game?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll have to do that probably next week, all right?
All right.
Alrighty, folks. Thanks for hanging out. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday evening. I will not be back on today, but I will probably pick up tomorrow morning with either Songs of Chaos or Vampire the Masquerade. We've had quite a few requests to finish up the playthrough from Vampire the Masquerade, so we'll figure out what we're gonna do then. But thanks for hanging out. Thanks for spending your time with the chat. Out of all the streams that you could have gone to on Twitch, you chose to spend your time with me, and I greatly appreciate that. And without further ado, class is dismissed. Have a good one, folks.
I will free myself from all you